Welcome to 100 Days in a Desert-Only World. A desert world is a pretty hard challenge. You don't have easy access to trees or passive mobs like cows or chickens. Especially if you're doing this in hardcore, it makes it so much harder. Let's see if I got what it takes to survive 100 days in this desert-only world. Remember to subscribe only if you feel like it, or if you don't, just subscribe either ways. Now let's get into it. Day 1. I spawned into my new world, and surprisingly, I'm in a desert. So, I did what most people would in a desert world, and started chopping down some dead bushes to get some sticks to start off. I went looking around for a village, and not long after searching, I actually saw one in the distance. So, I made my way over to it, and I was really hoping that there would be something good, but no, there wasn't. So I ran over to the iron golem, and I repeatedly punched it in the face until it gave me some iron. With the iron that I got, I barged into one of the villagers' houses, I used their crafting table and made an iron pick. With the iron pick, I could finally go mining, so I got some stone and made some better tools. I decided I would leave this village, but first I had to take their entire supply of hay. Day 2. I was just exploring around for a bit. I found a ruined portal and got some pretty trash loot from it, but it was better than what I already had, so I took it. I found a library, and this was just great because now I wouldn't even have to get leather or paper to make books. Day 4, I found a blacksmith. It was alright. It had some iron, a chest plate, some obsidian, and I can't believe I didn't realize it sooner, but it had oak saplings. And I just remembered at that moment that there are no trees in this world, so oak saplings was my only source of wood, so that was just crazy. I didn't even think you could get that from a blacksmith's chest. I decided I would live in this desert temple because it was next to a lake, which you don't see much in a desert, and it was next to a village. I planted my trees, and then later I bone milled them to make them grow faster. With wood, I could make shields, I would have sticks, I wouldn't have to break these dead bushes every time I wanted sticks. So I made a full set of iron armor, and I decided I wanted to go mining. So I staircased down to Y level 12, and I got some pretty good resources like iron, and somehow I actually found diamonds. About 25 blocks further, I actually found more diamonds. I made a diamond pick, and then I went exploring. I wanted to find a god apple because those things can come in clutch. So I ended up not finding one and finding tons of diamonds. I even found a mending book. And for some reason I thought I would find a trident in this world, so I got a channeling book. I found more diamonds. And then in this desert temple I was really hoping I would find one, but do you think I did? Obviously I didn't. The loot was just trash. I ended up actually finding another library, so I took all the books that I could from this, and now I could finally make a level 30 enchantment table. I made my way back home. And this day was so boring, I was literally AFK the whole day. So this is more entertaining than that. Day 17. I got all the obsidian that I needed from ruined portals to make my own nether portal. I made the frame for it, and then I lit it up. I jumped in, and I really didn't like my spawn. I was in a crimson biome, and these have a lot of hoglins in them. And hoglins, I've lost my hardcore world so many times to hoglins before, so I really didn't want to lose it now to a hoglin. I made some more diamond armor just to be more safe, and then I went back to the nether. I was working on a tunnel slash bridge sort of thing to another waste biome. I had to cross a pool of lava, and then this gas that was just being really annoying and kept blowing up everything I was working on, so this process took 2 whole days. I went back home and made some more diamond armor and diamond tools, just to be more safe. Day 25, I traded all my gold with piglins, and they didn't give me any pearls. Not a surprise. I enchanted my armor and got some pretty decent stuff. I felt like I wanted to fight some blazes now and get some blaze rods, so I went to the nether fortress that was actually pretty close by, and I fought all these blazes. I drank fire resistance, and this fight was too easy. They weren't doing any damage to me. I got all the rods that I needed and went back home. I was getting prepared for the end fight. I got as many arrows as I could from this Fletcher. I started brewing some potions. The potions that I'm brewing right now are strength potions. Days 35 to 38 when missing, basically what happened was I was ancient debris mining, and then a huge pool of lava fell in me, and then I used the god apple, so that's why I don't have it anymore. Day 39. I was in the nether. I was going netherite mining. I was trying to find as much ancient debris as possible with all the beds that I had. I know it's not the most efficient way, but I just had beds, I didn't have TNT. In total, after that, I had 3 netherite ingots, 1 left over from the days that got missing, which I added to my netherite sword, and the other 3 I added to my armor. Day 40, I wanted mending, so I imprisoned this villager in my house. Wait, no, I gave this villager a room in my house. I named him Mr. Mend, and I got a mending book after that. So I wanted to infect him, and I did. I got a zombie in his room, and waited till morning. I put a splash potion of weakness on him and gave him a gapple. I waited for a bit, and then he became Mr. Mends again. I bought so many mending books off of him. I basically was about to max him out with mending books. I was trading with piglins, and I just decided to end up maxing Mr. Mends out. I ran out of hay, so I went to some different villages to try to find it. I maxed out a cleric because I thought he could sell me ender pearls, but no, he didn't. So, on day 49, I was out trying to get as many ender pearls that I could by killing endermen. Day 50, I wanted to find the stronghold. I was about to beat the ender dragon. First time that I dug down to try to find it, I actually found diamonds, so that's cool. The second time, I found the stronghold. I found the portal room pretty quickly, and I put in all the eyes. I jumped into the portal after having my potions. I thought I actually fell down here, but luckily I'm in the box. I'm not sure what happened. So first, I shot down all the crystals. I hit the dragon. You probably know this. You play Minecraft. I hit the dragon. Many critical attacks later. This fight was pretty easy. I was really overprepared, so this fight went by quick. I got tons of levels from this dragon as I watched it disintegrate in front of my eyes. I went out looking for the end city because I wanted to find the elytra. The elytra would let me fly, and that's what I wanted to do. The first end city that I found didn't have a ship, and it was seriously the smallest end city I've seen in my life. It was just one building. The second end city that I found had a ship, so I ran towards it. The first thing I did was actually just go onto the ship and loot the chests. It had some pretty good loot. Actually really good, not pretty good. So I took all of that, and of course I took the elytra. And I had to take the dragon head. Day 60, I spawned back in my base. I decided that I would enchant a lot of my gear, so I spent about 40 levels enchanting, but still I was only able to get a looting 2 sword. So I had 0, and I mean 0 luck with the wither skeletons. I didn't even get 1 skull after killing so many. So I decided to go back home and work on a different project I had, and that was to make a pillager raid farm. I started by imprisoning this villager into this hole that he'll never leave for the rest of his life, and I made a drop down thing where the villagers would fall. They would fall here and I would kill them here. This farm was really easy to build and it works really well. I'll leave the link for the description for the video which I found this on down below. I got so many totems from this. The worst part was when the pillagers were dumb and they fell in a cave, and then I had to try to find them. It was so hard to find them. So for the next 5 days or so, I went out just doing as many raids as I could. The worst part was when the evoker got stuck in a cave. I had to go and try to find it. It just raised its hands and then starts yelling something, and these vexes start to spawn. The vex, in my opinion, is the most annoying mob. Name yours. I started working on some new things in my house, like I made it more open and I added some designs, like some worthless blocks like diamond blocks and emerald blocks, you know. I made an axolotl pool in my house. Name it down below in the comments if you want to. And this is something I've been wanting to do for a while now. I trapped a husk in my house and I gave it maxed out armor. It literally has a prot for a chestplate. It's ready to beat the Ender Dragon with this. So, day 77, I went to a bastion. First, I took out these piglin brutes with my bow because these things, they hit like crazy hard. I looted the bastion. These piglins got angry at me, so I boxed myself up. I got some pretty good loot, like a music disc and iron. And then I was dumb and fell in a hole of lava. I tried getting out, but it wasn't really working, so I ended up actually having to pop a totem. And then I remembered, this gives me fire resistance. So after almost dying to that piglin, I put the other totem that I had in my offhand, and I got back on land. Eventually, yeah, back on land. I found the secret gold in this bastion just before leaving. I started a few more raids. I was using my elytra to go to the pillager outpost faster. I found the leader, killed him, went back and did another raid. I was getting a lot of totems from this. Just from this one raid I got 5. I started working on a beacon pyramid, but then remembered I don't even have a beacon yet. So I decided that I wanted to make some sort of XP farm. So I went down into the mines and found a cave spider spawner. I made a box around it, put some water down. Once the cave spiders would spawn, they would fall in the water, and then they would be leaded to me where I would kill them. Once I came back, I said hi to don't despawn. And now I found my sword, but it was just really hard to get looting 3. Not sure why I didn't get it. So I went with the villager option. I decided that I would go with the villager option because enchanting seriously didn't work. So I kept trying to get looting 3. I passed by many offers, like even a mending book. But then I settled with an overpriced looting 1 trade. So I combined looting 1 with looting 1 to get looting 2. Then I added that looting 2 with my looting 2 sword. So then I get looting 3. Then I rushed back to the nether to get as many wither skulls as I could. I actually got quite a few of them. Here's number 1. Then I don't really know how lucky this is, but so many wither skeletons spawned. I killed about 5 of them or something, and got 3 skulls from it. Like, I don't know how insanely lucky I am or something, but 4 wither skulls from 5 wither skeletons, that's just crazy. So I put down the wither skulls, spawned the wither, and this was really a huge surprise to me. If you saw my other 100 days video, you know how easy the wither fight went. But the wither was destroying me here. I kept fighting it, but the wither was just blasting me with its blast damage. I kept getting as many bow shots as I could at it, but every time I went to go hide, it just regened its health. Until the point where I actually had to pop a totem. I put my other totem in my offhand and rushed towards the wither. I was giving it as many critical and strong attacks as I possibly could, and the wither was going down in health dramatically. Until I finally killed it. Come on, kill it. Okay, yeah. I got the wither star. After I ate this piece of bread, I got the wither star. I said hi to don't despawn. And I made the beacon. Finally. I put it on my beacon pyramid. I equipped speed onto it. And yeah, now I had speed. I powered my dragon head with redstone and put the dragon egg under it, sort of as a monument sort of thing. And I was trying to be safe for the last 2 days of the 100 days. So I did what most people would, safest thing around, and I waited until it was night to do an MLG, yeah. But first I was just bow-shotting some mobs that I saw that were underneath me. And then time to do the MLG, yay, water bucket. I listened to some pick step. This was actually my first time listening to it, and it's actually pretty good. Wow. Then it was day 100. I went out flying with my elytra, just to end these 100 days safely. I actually got lost, so then I tried making my way back home, which took the rest of the day, and then I went to sleep. Thank you so much for watching till the end of the video. Remember, leave a like, subscribe, and if you want another 100 days, let me know, because I'll happily do 200 days in this desert-only world. Now, bye.